obviously a big matchup tonight against the Aces. When you see a player like Asia, what are some things that you kind of from afar can take away from her game to apply to yours?
Yeah, she's just a do-it-all player. She's so tough, so aggressive. She is just tenacious on both ends of the floor, and that is something that I aspire to be. I've been watching her play ever since I've been watching WNBA, and I just truly look up to her. So playing against her is always just like an on moment. Like last game, I was trying to keep my game face on. She's like, "Hey, girl," and I was like, "Oh, hey," like So that was pretty cool, though. I love her.
And with you, like, you're kind of playing some power forward, small forward, like so many adjustments, especially making this quick transition to the WNBA. How have you been able to pick up on everything?
Yeah, honestly, it's been tough, but I just been doing it. Watching a lot of film with Nola and things like that has helped me a ton. And just I'm an experienced player. Like doing it is when I'm at my best. So learning game by game.
Is there anything that you didn't expect that has come up once you got into this league?
I expected the physicality to be tougher, but I didn't expect it to be like this tough. Yeah. Underrated saying it, but when you actually in it, it's like, oh, this is different.
Is there anything off the court that maybe has taken you by surprise?
Probably how much free time you kind of get. Like it's like you go to work and then you have the rest of the day to kind of do you, whether you want to watch extra film, get in the gym more, get a massage. You just have so much time when you're done with everything, and they truly treat us like pros.
Here, all the demands that have come from being a pro, how are you keeping some semblance of just normalcy?
Some what?
Some semblance. How are you maintaining like a regular life?
Oh yeah, like I said, like we get like a lot of time. Like practice probably ends at like 2. So from 2 to whenever, like I have the rest of the day to kind of do my hobby. I'm a homebody, so I'm always at home. But unless I have like a business deal or something, like I'm just honestly at home.
And then you're a quarter way in your first season in the WNBA. How would you assess your game so far?
I feel like I feel like I've been underperforming. I feel like I can give more on both ends of the floor. So I'm just gonna keep growing day by day.
And where do you see like you had the most growth?
I feel like I have the most growth with probably like the plays, terminology. Like last game in Dallas, I didn't do what was expected of me in the first half, but second half I came out with that aggression, which kept me out on the floor. So I would have to say just learning from the first mistake.
The idea that you finish your college career and then like maybe a month later, maybe not even that, you're a pro. I mean, that's kind of an accelerated timeline. How did you handle that?
Yeah, honestly, I just do it day by day. It's something that I have to do. It's something that I've been wanting to do. And just knowing that that's the process, you're in college 1 month and the next month you're in the league and playing your first WNBA game. I don't think it's honestly truly hit me yet. I just been taking it day by day, like, okay, you have to be here, you have to be there. So with everything being such a whirlwind, I don't think I've actually got able to just sit down and be like, you was just in college a couple months ago. So.
Is it going to take to the Olympic break where you can just kind of take a deep breath and regroup?
Yeah, I believe so.
What's the home court advantage, the biggest one for you?
Probably like the music and stuff being on our side. Free throws, they're quiet when we're shooting, but loud when other people are shooting. Yeah, I love it so much. I love the Sparks fans. I love all the fans, people in the women's basketball world. We're getting a ton of eyes right now, and I'm just grateful to be in this generation and seeing how the league is growing each and every day. But I think it's pretty cool to experience, and I just love them.
What's your favorite sneaker to play basketball with?
Probably Kobe's right now. I feel like that's going to change really, really soon.
Your favorite color?
Pink is my favorite color, so any shoe that's like pink, bright, girly colors. But yeah, coming soon.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Stay tuned.
You got something going, don't you? The business opportunities that you have now as a pro.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Yeah.
So you had NIL
Yeah.
in college, but this is a different stratosphere.
Yeah, I feel like the business opportunity in the pros is kind of the same as in college. I feel like NIL has prepared us for this. So I'm very grateful, again, that I was in the era of that when it first started. So just coming in, I feel like it just carries over, talk to these people. My agent handles my things. You want it, you don't want it, show up, take pictures, whatever you got to do. So it's kind of the same process.
Okay, you said you enjoy playing in the Kobe. You play in the house that Kobe built. What does Kobe Bryant mean to you?
Oh man, he means a lot, and just what he's done for the game, how he supported women's sports, how his wife and his daughters continue to support us. You know, I always see them giving back, giving shoes to the teams in the NCAA. So that's been pretty cool to experience, and bless his family heart. But you know, he's done a lot, and it was amazing to be able to watch it from afar.
Thank you. Good luck.
So Cam, just 10 games into your career, you have this big matchup with Asia. What things are you hoping to take away from the first time you guys match up for you to excel tonight?
Just continue to be aggressive, and yeah, I don't know, just keep doing what I'm doing.
And then just with playing against someone like Asia, who has so many accolades, one of the better players that we probably able to see ever. What are some things that you learned from just watching her from afar?
Just the way she attacks the game. She shoots the mid-range really, really well. She's aggressive, strong, great defender as well. So everything I want to emulate, for sure.
How well do you think you've handled the transition from college to pro so far?
I think I'm doing the best I can. I think we are. It's not easy, so we appreciate everyone's grace, and we're just going to keep getting better every day.
Does it obviously it makes a difference. It's a short runway. I mean, you only have a couple, 3 weeks to go from playing in college to playing in the WNBA. That's kind of an accelerated process.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I mean, how have you dealt with that? How did you deal with that?
Same thing. I say this a lot. Just my family, my support system. I have great people around me, so it's not easy to do alone. But I got people around me.
Was there anything that you didn't expect that has come up?
No, I think. That's a hard question. I don't know. I think everything's I'm taking everything as it is. So.
And I talked to Rayah. Rayah spoke about how having you here with her, making this transition to being a pro, has made everything so much easier. How much easier is she making it that you have her with you?
Yeah, no, she's a really good friend of mine now. Especially, we've had time to just really get to know each other, and I just think I really appreciate the way she plays. She's a great friend to me, so I'm really just happy to have her by my side.
Campbell. Coach talked about a renewed energy tonight and playing more aggressively. Can you talk about the vibes in the locker room before the game?
Yeah, vibes are always great, but I think, we just kind of know we're going to be on a long road trip coming up, and we just got to take advantage of this, and, hopefully we're going to have a good fan base tonight. So.
Cam, with all the attention that you and this rookie class has garnered, how do you keep some semblance of normal?
I don't know, everything, you just don't read all the comments, stay off social media, people handle that for me, just live life,
Cam, what's your favorite non-basketball New Balance favorite?
Probably the 650s. Yeah.
Favorite collaboration, New Balance?
Oh my God. I like Joe Fresh Goods a lot.
Yeah. What are you wearing tonight?
The 2 ways. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cam.
Thank you, Cam. Have a good game.
Yo, what's up, guys? LA Sparks Weekly. I am here with quietly kept my favorite Spark, Rayah Burell. Ray, so this is your 3rd year. Just taking yourself back to your first year as a pro to now, just how much has you grown since being a professional?
Yeah, I feel like I've grown a lot just with the game and, being in the W, being able to play last year really helped me with my experience in the W. And then just my IQ of the game as well as just growing by being around so many great professionals.
And how were you able to take what you were able to do with AU sports to now to kind of like advance your game?
Yeah, I mean, AU was definitely just a confidence builder. I was able to work on the things that I know that I can do, and I just want to work on what I worked on in AU and practice it here in the W.
And, some of the minutes kind of been sporadic, up and down for you. How are you able to keep just like your head in a good space and then come out and still, perform well once you get that call?
Yeah, just staying ready and stay doing what I do, which is get in the gym and get up extra shots and keep lifting and just keeping my body and mind ready for when my name is called.
So you bring a lot of energy, a lot of swag on and off the court for this team, and it's always spotlighted. Like, what's the energy behind that? Like, why do you come with that energy not only on the court but also off the court for your team?
I mean, I think it's just who I am. It's not really like an act that I'm putting on. It's just who I am since I've been young. I mean, I was that one little kid in class that was always talking. So, I mean, all I've known was energy since I was young. So I just really bring myself and just be myself around the team, and it shows that it's high energy.
Yeah, and you guys are coming off of a nice victory. Now you get the defending champs, the Aces. You played them earlier in the year. It was a hard-fought game, but they were able to pull away there at the end. What have you guys learned from that game to where you guys can come and turn this into a win tonight?
Yeah, just practicing on just executing our plays, executing the game plan, the schemes that we're putting in for the game, and just playing our game and not letting the other team dictate what we want to do, but instead just be proactive and dictate the game from the start.
Hey, so Rayah Burell, guys, hope you guys stay tapped in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow. We got more for you with the LA Sparks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah. What's up, guys? Michael Matthew here. We're inside of Crypto.com Arena, LA Sparks Weekly. What's your favorite? Me, myself, and DJ Treacy Trees. So tonight, they got the matchup with the Aces. They're coming off of a nice victory. How can they take that energy from the win and bring it here tonight?
You got to take advantage of the moment, man. This is a big time. The Aces are a little bit shorthanded, so we got to play with that spark, get a little bit of energy, and really just keep running those offensive sets. Do the things that we were doing great in the last game. What do you think the team needs to do?
So last game you had Cam, her first double-double of her career. We need to see more of that. She's going to have to attack the boards, as we're going to see. Coach talked about how important that is tonight when you're going against Asia Wilson. You would like to see De'Erica to continue it going, playing some really good basketball. And then you got 34 points from the bench in that victory against Dallas Wings. So you want to see more of that tonight, especially from Lexi Brown, who was knocking it down from downtown.
And you know what? I'd like to say that we were right. Our predictions were correct. Lexi came off the bench and had an immediate impact on the team and brought that three-point shot coming off them screens like we like to see.
Hey, and you want to see, it looks like they figured out their point guard play. We've been talking about that all season, how important that was going to be. But Leja, Aries seemed like they're riding the ship at the point guard position. What are you hoping to see from them tonight to help this team pick up a victory?
I'm excited to see that really good energy tonight. I like the way that Lexi plays. I like the way that Leisha plays. We love the way that Ari plays. So really pushing that pace and playing against the defending champs and coming at them. Let them know we're not no chumps. We're not just rolling over. We're going to take this game and really try to be aggressive tonight.
Earlier in the year, it was a hard-fought game. I expect it to be the same tonight. But we got Coach. We always got to hear his wisdom and his knowledge about his team. Here goes the pregame presser.
Hi, Kurt.
Hi, Nikki.
Hello. 34 points, a season high for your bench against Dallas. Lexi had 16 of those. What opens up for her when she's coming off the bench for you guys?
First, Leja back. Ari was back, even though she was under a minutes restriction with her ankle. It was nice to be able to find some rhythm for Lexi in her natural position of the two. Early in that preseason exhibition games and even early in the season, we had some effective minutes with Lexi at the point guard. In fact, that lineup for a long time, even league-wide, with 5 of those players on the floor, was one of the more productive lineups. But Lexi was a facilitator and couldn't hunt as much for her offense. So really happy for her to see the ball go through the hoop. She's a tremendous shooter. So those 4 threes not only helped us get a very important home win, but, gave her a big, deep breath. So again, she's a very talented 2-guard, brings a spark off the bench for us right now. And again, just trying to get her back in a rhythm that, frankly, I contributed taking her out of because of out of necessity playing her different roles. So excited if she can build upon it. She did have a good first Vegas game, so excited to see how she'll step up tonight.
Coach Eric Lampkins, the second Culver City Observer. Today, you guys currently rank 4th in team rebounding, and the Aces are 7th. Today's game features 2 of the more premier rebounders in the league, in De'Erica and Asia. Is winning the battle of the boards? How crucial is winning the battle of the boards today?
Yeah, real important. That first game, they had 10 offensive rebounds, so we'd like to, keep that lower. Obviously, we're going to get a spirited Aces team. I think you heard Becky talk after that last game. So we know the pride that's in that locker room. You know the pride in every locker room in this league. So we know we're going to get a spirited, play out of the Aces from the beginning. So we've got to be ready for that. Points in the paint, the battle of the paint, the rebounding. Can we keep our fouls low around the rim when Asia's going to the rim? Is all a big part of success for both teams tonight. Paint is always going to play a big part.
Hey, Kurt, 2-part question. First of all, how have Rayah and Cameron adjusted to this league? And the second part of the question is, what are some of the things that rookies have to deal with and maybe stumble across in the transition from college to the NBA or the WNBA?
Yeah, first, Rayah. So, really pleased, with how they've handled everything. They're high-profile rookies. There's a lot of social attention, a lot of expectations of drafting 2 lottery picks and building our future with the youth in mind, with those 2 as pieces of the puzzle. So first of all, they came in with expectations. They came in with a lot of fanfare, and they've handled it terrifically. What they have been asked as they help us grow our fan base and how they help us grow our footprint off the floor is a lot. And they're incredibly gracious with their time. They're tremendous in the public and the community and with their fans. So I can't be more pleased. We have 2 tremendous character rookies. Their play, as most rookies, is at times a little bit inconsistent right now. Shortest training camp in the history of the league. We're in a tough cadence of games because of the Olympic year. So their learning laboratory is in games a lot. And that's not easy to do when you're learning in front of 10,000 people every night. That's pressure and anxiety. And so you ask, what are some of the things that they have to learn from? Well, they have to learn from the physicality. They have to learn in-game with a lot of pressure on them, with a lot of eyeballs on them, with a lot of people writing about them. And they've just handled it with a ton of grace. We've given them grace. So just excited about the future. Cam is impacting us night in, night out defensively and with her motor. Offensively, she's got more in the tool bag than maybe what she's been able to show consistently, but you see flashes of it. Rayah, opposite. A really impactful offensive player that can go get you a bucket when plays break down. She has the ability of putting the ball in the basket. Defensively, hard because she's playing 2 positions. Not only is she seeing the physicality and the athleticism at the 3, then she's guarding 4s, and that's the best position in the world in women's basketball right now, are the incredible 4s around this league. So not easy, as a veteran playing 2 different positions, but she's playing 2 different positions as a rookie. So Well, just can't be more pleased, and the consistency will come, and they will continue to get more comfortable and grow and get better. But they're tremendous in our locker room. Our players love them, and we are very fortunate to have them.
Coach, I'm wondering, how do you mentally and physically approach this game when you know that the Aces are going to be without 2 of their 4 Olympians?
Thank you for reminding me that they have 4 Olympians. Yes, I think, for us, this league has incredible players from top to bottom on rosters. And it's these situations that are the unintended consequences that open the door for pros to really take advantage of an opportunity. And, my career in Connecticut was the unintended consequence of an injury opening the door for other people who are now all-stars because of a situation like this. So players are now ready to step up and replace that. So we're going to see a lot more of Tiffany Hayes tonight, right? And we know how good Tiffany Hayes is. There's going to be more minutes for Kate Martin. There's going to be more minutes for Megan Gustafson. There's going to be more minutes for Sid Colson. And, now does Kelsey and Asia try to shoulder even more? And they go try to get, I believe, you're going to see them go try to get 50 or more between those 2 tonight. And can we keep those 2 under 50 combined? You watched them win a championship when they were down in numbers and injured, and you watched Kayla George and other people last year step up. So like any team around the league, that players are going to be ready, and Vegas will be no exception tonight.
Hey, Coach, DJ from Infanity TV. A couple games ago, we talked to you, and there was a little bit of frustration around how aggressive the team was playing and how hard the team was playing. In the last game, we saw a change in that. What was the conversation going into today's game in the locker room with just coming out and playing as hard as possible for the first half of the game?
Yeah, I think, from the Minnesota game to the Dallas game, there was a lot of pride. Simple conversation as much as possible is remember who you have across your chest and what an opportunity that we all have to be called Los Angeles Sparks, coaching staff down to the players. And we played with more pride. We played with more physicality. We played with more urgency. So we've talked about that urgency again tonight. We've talked about how we're going to get a spirited Aces group. And so, again, this league, you just watch New York, who's on a winning streak earlier today, playing great basketball, playing against Washington, and it's anyone's game, right? It's anyone's game in this league at any night. So you've got to lay it on the line. We've got to play with a bunch of physicality, a bunch of pride. It's not easy to play all these consecutive games, but we have to find the energy that it takes to beat a team like Vegas.
Hey, Coach, Jackie Ray TV. You talked before about this is a copycat league. People are running the same buckets of play, but the physicality is different. Have you talked to the team? How are they going to level up a little bit more physically in this game, especially going against a team like the Aces?
Yeah, again, you can talk about it, but they've got to go out and execute it. I think we're prepared. I think they're energized coming off of that win. We know that we're going on the road after this game for 7 straight road games. Don't get me started on how to pack for that. It's an opportunity to hold serve at home, which is important. I've always preached how important home court advantage is and protecting home court as you build teams. And we don't have the record at home that we would like. But we can't look back. We've just got to keep moving forward and really try to protect home court. And we know some of the things that you mentioned that it's going to take tonight.
Hey, Coach, when you're going up against a player like Asia, what's the message to the team kind of when you have a player at that level?
Yeah, we got to give her different looks. It's not one person guarding her. You don't guard the superstars with one person around this league. You can jest. That's anyone that's been around me know that's our first pillar in our defensive approach, that we try to shrink the floor. We try to make it look congested. So we've got to give her different looks throughout. And then the hardest thing about Asia is keeping her off the foul line. And so can we find a physicality that will be allowed by the officials and at the same time try to keep her off the foul line? But if we play her the same way for 40 minutes, she's too talented. And then also, like, if Asia gets her points tonight, and we make them as difficult as possible, like Arike, a little different for post players, but if you can make them be a little bit inefficient or take a lot of shots to get their points. Again, I forget the stat now, but I think Arike scored 44 points on 58 shots. So we take that any day. If Asia gets 30 tonight, but she had to take 22 shots or 20 plus shots, we might take that because of the efficiency or non-efficiency. So, but if she starts to have a big night, we can't let anyone else have a big night. So, we read that in kind of the chess match within the game.
Thank you, Kurt.
Hey, last thing I'll say. Hey, Pride Night tonight, obviously very special to me. I'll talk about this at the end of the game also, but for 22 years, as a longtime Division I head coach and then pro coach, I remain the only out gay male head coach at D1 or pro basketball, men's or women's, college men's or women's, G League, all included. And so I really take my role seriously. I become more popular this month. But, it's in all seriousness, it's like, it's really important to me to continue to provide visibility and representation to the coaches behind me. I didn't have a role model. I didn't have someone that I could call and reach out to navigate as a gay male in sports. And I've watched so many gay young men in basketball, both men's and women's, including the NBA and G League, drop out of chasing their dreams because there's not a lot of visibility or representation beside myself. And so I'm going to try to keep carrying that banner until the decision makers open the door more and advancement is possible for young gay men that are in the sport of basketball. We are losing too many because they don't see advancement opportunities, and they've only seen me for 22 years. And I am hell-bent to keep plugging away so those barriers are broken down for others. And personally, as someone that's recently out of a relationship with an active pro athlete, knowing what they still worry about in a pro men's locker room and just wanting to be one of the guys and watching them potentially struggle is really difficult for me, and understanding that it is really hard still for men, active pro athletes, to be themselves in that locker room. And I can't wait till the day that changes.
We're back. We just heard from Coach. He's ready to go. He's amped up. It's Pride Night tonight.
It is.
So he knows that the energy in this arena is going to be top-notch. How crazy is this game going to be tonight, DJ?
I think this game is going to be crazy. We already see the arena filling up with pride. Coach talked a lot about his personal impact with pride. So I think this game is going to be personal. We're going to protect home court and give some great energy.
And, you're hoping to see some players step in and step out tonight. You have like Zia, Rakia, that can bring some things. Rayah Burell, who can bring some things tonight. Who off the bench, other than Lexi, that you're hoping to step up tonight?
Ooh, I'm hoping Zia. I'm hoping Zia. I think this is her game that she's been waiting for, to really do her thing and step up and make an impact off of the bench, because they've got those couple missing pieces, and they're particularly in her spots where she can come and fill in the gaps from the bench.
So, hey, big one tonight. We're going to have to pick our players of the game. Who's your prediction? Who's going to shine the brightest for the Sparks to pick up this victory?
I'm going Rakia Jackson. That just came to my head right now. I'm going to just go from my gut, go with my energy, because she came up here in the pregame interviews and said that she can do better on both sides of the ball. So I'm liking her energy, and I'm thinking the rookie is going to show up and get her double-double tonight.
Hey, I'm going with the woman that's behind me right now as we speak, De'Erica Hamby, she has been playing lights out, looking like not only an all-star, I've been saying, but she deserves MVP votes with her play. She's going to continue to shine. Lexi Brown, I believe, is going to. She's back in her natural spot. She can catch and shoot, come off of screens. She's going to be the one to help De'Erica pick up this big victory against the shorthanded Las Vegas Aces. We thank you guys so much. It's going to be a great game. I hope y'all ready. Hey, LA Sparks Weekly, baby. We catch you guys after the game.
Perfect. We just finished. What's going on, LA Sparks Weekly fans? It's DJ Treese, and I am here with Azarae Z. Stevens of the LA Sparks. Azarae, we've been missing you. How you been feeling since you've been out with this injury?
I'm good. I'm missing you guys too. Obviously missing being out there with my team, but having fun cheering them on and watching them grow every game.
So you've been having a little bit of a backseat view, just watching your team. Can you tell us some things that you've learned just the beginning half of this season from watching?
Yeah, I think we're young in our chemistry a little bit. Obviously with Rakia and Cam playing a lot of minutes, it's an adjustment for them, but even us just getting to know their style of play. But I think, the bench has been providing some good spark for us. Steph's finding her way a little bit more, so that's nice. Ray, Zia, everybody that's coming in is making a big impact, so that's good. I think one thing we've been trying to work on is having better starts. So the starting group has really been putting that pressure on themselves to really make sure we get off to a good start. But when we're moving the ball and flowing like that, it's really fun, and we're finding success with that.
So we've been talking a little bit about mindfulness in the press conferences and things and the focus on that. And every time I see you before the game, you always like zenned out with your headphones and stuff. What is your personal secret to staying grounded, especially at times like this?
Yeah, meditation's a huge thing for me. It helps me just to focus in on my breath, which is something that I can control, and it kind of keeps me centered. And I love music. Like, I'm always listening to music literally all the time. If I'm like cooking at home, working out, like it just gets me in the zone. There's so many different genres, different types of music, so I like it just to keep me in a good mindset and just help me to lock in.
And that's a perfect segue, because the last question, the last time we talked, you said Juju on that beach. You wanted to bring that back, right? So what's your favorite song right now that you're rocking out to?
Right now I'm loving Band for Band. Like, I don't know why they came up with that duo, but like the verses in that song just go crazy, so I'm killing that right now.
All right, LA Sparks fans, you heard it here first. Azarae Z. Stevens, DJ Treese. Like, share, subscribe for more content like this. Thanks, girl. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
At the other guard from Connecticut, number 10, Keanu. At forward from Tennessee, number 2, Rakia Jackson. And at center from Stanford, number 22, from Wake Forest, number 5, De'Erica Hamby.
little one fast. I told her that day, she's so crazy. She just needs to see, she was secondhand and hurt. Also, of course, he can't be out there with us. I'm just so proud of Ariel. She really controlled this game when she's out there. And we come in the fourth quarter with Rayah Burell, who hit those back-to-back threes. What did she do to give you guys that three? Rayah does what she always does. Her number is called, she's always ready. I commend her so much for that. She comes in and works her tail off each and every year. She makes me better as a player. So I'm just so proud of everybody. This is your first walk-up interview as a Los Angeles Sparks. We have a sellout crowd here. What do you want to say here, man? Just staying together. That's what got us so good today. We know that our defense is going to get us out so we need to convert on offense. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
All right, y'all, that was a sports win right there. Can I y'all make some noise? That's how we do it. All right, y'all, I'm Ari, your in-game host. I had a great time. We got Sparky. We also got Jason. Make some noise. Jason, you are being announcer.
Great job. Also, DJ Moss. If you had a great time tonight, y'all make some noise right now.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
LA Sparks Weekly fans, I know you are turned up, excited, every word you can use, because the Sparks just picked up their biggest win of the season. They are now 4-7. It's 2 straight victories for them. What a big-time win for the Sparks. We got a lot of people leaving this building very upset tonight, but it's not us. Michael Matthew here with the one and only DJ Treacy Trees. The Sparks made it happen, man. How you feel, DJ?
I feel amazing. I feel like we just won against the back-to-back defending champions.
Yeah.
You're right. That might be the best win of the season because it's unexpected. I think the bar was set pretty low here because you're playing a team of Vegas' caliber.
Yes.
You know, anytime A'ja Wilson comes to town, everybody get worried, which I do think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was worried.
watching her play, we was
Yeah,
worried in the
I was
fourth
worried.
quarter, but I'm so glad that the Sparks were able to capitalize on this win and bring home the dub 2 in a row.
So, you talked about it before the game. How you give you your love, your kudos. Rayah Jackson
went off.
Big time buckets late. 9 points in the fourth quarter, finishing the game with 16, her career high. Man, what was your thoughts on what we saw from Miss Jackson?
I was just feeling like before the game, Rayah was going to go off. Just the energy of it. It seems like she said she wants to win. So playing against the winners, that dog come out of you a little bit. And that's exactly what happened in the fourth quarter for Rayah Jackson. She started pulling those rebounds down, taking it into the paint, going up for second chance
Using that
shots.
glass.
Using that
She was
glass,
using that
man.
glass.
Off the glass from the corner over here.
And shout out to Coach Kurt Miller because he noticed, hey, we got a mismatch with Kate Martin there. Let's get Rayah the ball.
And let's leave her in.
And she got those buckets. But I was able to interview Rayah Burell earlier. And for her to come in, not play most of the game, get in with 5 minutes remaining. And for me, I'm like, why is she putting her in so late? She's
the
not gonna be
closer.
ready to go. She comes in very aggressive right away.
Yep.
She gets her shot blocked, but it's okay. Then she makes 2 big threes and a big-time free throw to put them over the top. Man, how do you feel about that type of performance that Ray was able to put together?
Ray was ready for her moment. We talked to Ari about that a couple weeks ago about like getting your number called and being the next person up, right?
Yep.
Ray was definitely ready tonight. It was funny because she was coming up the court and she went to her spot.
Yeah.
And you was hollering, "Ray, be ready!" And then they literally called up that play for her, pass her that ball, and she just had the perfect shot. So it's also about keeping your composure, knowing the ball is coming to you, and knowing that you haven't had those minutes, but it's time to turn it on right now.
Yeah.
Ray did that.
And they're a young team. They're going to have their ups and downs, but they're going to learn a lot because not only are they young, they're a talented young team with players like Rayah, Cameron, Ray, Zia, who's going to get her turn. Just a team with a lot of potential, and they're putting together these last 2 games, so it was really good to see. You mentioned Ari. She had a big-time game coming off the bench because they struggled early. They got down like 8+ points again for the second straight game, the second unit.
I think it was like 14-0.
Yeah, second unit comes in, do some big-time things, so shout out to them. We had Coach. He was excited about the win. We had Ari. We had De'Erica there, so you guys check them out.
You know, just a very satisfying and exciting win for that locker room, and the way that they're coming together and sticking together, responded again out of halftime, really understood what we were looking for at times, and executed down the stretch on some of the matchups that we thought we may have an advantage of. And Rayah, we went to Rayah late, made a couple big baskets, but it was an entire, of the 10 players I played, an entire team effort. 40 points tonight off the bench. I think we were in the low 30s off the bench the other night. So that's back-to-back games, over 70 points off the bench. So we're getting contributions from everyone. That second unit is really putting some deposits in the bank for us to gain their trust, and everyone contributed in different ways. I've been in this league a decade now, 9 years as a head coach, and I've watched some less mentally strong teams to have that kind of start may have said, it's just not going to be our night, and go through some motions and you know, pick it up on another day. And we refused to do that, and proud of them to respond. That second unit came in and sparked us and regained some momentum in that first quarter to give us the confidence that we could play and have success against Vegas after that difficult start. So just really, really proud of them. Our rookies are growing up before your eyes. Rayah, who we challenged tonight to step up and make some big plays and went to her late, did. Cam, again, that's a career high in blocks in a game at 5. And again, her rim protection continues to be really impressive. Even shots she's not blocking, she's altering and making people take different and difficult shots. So just really proud of this young group. Rayah Burell stayed ready, didn't get her number called very early. We were having trouble with straight line drives, just one-on-one attacks by them, and put Ray's athleticism in there, and she confidently hit 2 big threes for us. So just a lesson for all of them to stay ready and when your number's called. And there's no finer example for us now than to use Ray being ready and making big plays late for us.
Coach, this is the 3rd straight game when you started down by at least 3 possessions, but this is the 2nd straight game that you've overcome that and won. Can you talk a little bit more about, you know, what you might have said right in the moment to turn this around right then? Because, If you would have let it go too long, maybe this ends a different result.
Yeah, thank you for reminding of us our starts. But John, again, the game is a long game, and there's going to be games of runs. We've got to figure out why we've been slow out of the locker room, out of the gate for us. But we preach and preach and preach that this league is a league of runs, and we needed a spark from that second unit to get us going with that slow start. So I got a bigger concern on why that's happened now a couple games in a row, but really proud of them to understand and have the maturity that this is a league of runs, and you see what happened tonight happen all the time around our league. And it doesn't mean it's easy in the moment, and what I might have said is not printable, but, I think we got the point across.
Coach, your point guard play early on in the season was kind of an issue, but now these last two games, you see the play of Laysia and Ari McDonald. Can you kind of talk about what you've seen from them and liked from them?
Yeah, again, it's been tough for both of them. Laysia was out nearly a week with a concussion. She's battling to have some ability to play longer stretches with her conditioning that was obviously then affected by not doing anything for a week. Ari's been battling an ankle injury all year and learning a new system, and I ask a lot of that position. So they're settling in. It allows us to move Lexi back to her natural position at the 2, and we're better off with those two. Ari with a tremendous game again, obviously, followed Kelsey at Washington and was the heir apparent there before transferring to Arizona. So there's that history, and Kelsey brings out the best in a lot of people, but brings out the best in Ari. And Ari really competed and stayed aggressive tonight for us, and we needed it. And again, proud of both of those two playing off of each other at that position.
Coach, Ray Morales, Sporting Tribune. Earlier today, we talked about rebounding. Can you speak about that? I know you wanted to make sure it was one and done for the Aces.
Yeah, last game they had 10-plus offensive rebounds and contributed to second chance points today. We had a 20-6 advantage in second chance points. We held them to 4 offensive rebounds. There was chess matches going on in the game, right? Cam's rim protection bothers teams, so what they do is try to play smaller ball and move Cam around more on the perimeter and try to stretch her out. But when you go small, can we do a better job and really clean up the glass and maybe not, because they're spreading us out more, maybe not have as many people in the paint going for offensive rebounds. So it's the chess match between the games that sometimes people don't even realize. With them going smaller, we had a chance to really have a good rebounding night against them, and we took advantage of that.
Kurt, LT was TG Sports TV1. It was a very physical game tonight. Can you talk about the physicality of how well you guys played tonight against the Aces?
Yeah, I think that we adapted to the officiating, and it was a little bit scary in that fourth quarter when you have 4 fouls in the first 2 minutes of that fourth quarter and feel like they're going to, spend the whole fourth quarter at the foul line. But we responded to the physicality. We pushed back. We, stayed physical with them. And, you guys that follow us closely, and I appreciate this room is fantastic, seeing all the media that's here. These young women, I digress, but they deserve it, and this team has a chance to really grow into something special, so I appreciate it. But you've known some of the growing pains is our ability to handle physicality, and you're seeing us take steps, and there's still going to be nights where this team physicality, will be challenged. But from where we were just a few weeks ago to being able to respond to the physicality gives me great optimism that we're growing up. Yep.
Great win, Coach. Can you speak on your coaching scheme coming to fruition, as well as Erica's play on both the defensive and offensive end tonight?
tell me who you're asking about again. Which player?
De'Erica.
De'Erica. Yeah, first, again, we want to get up and down more this year, right? We've talked about a lot in this room that offensively we want to push pace. We have post players who can really get up and down, led by De'Erica. And again, we don't necessarily play through a back-to-the-basket player with the exception of when Lee comes in. So we really got to move defenses. We've really got to move people. So De'Erica's just leading both by example, but also verbally. Again, like she has to be an all-star. Like there has to be articles as we creep towards the Olympic break that she has to be an all-star. What she's doing every night. What is that? 9 out of 11 double-doubles now. She just continues to keep carrying us as our leader, and it's her motor. Always been special in this league. No one's ever denied that. But it's her confidence, and right now that's really special. And I can't be more proud to be partnered with De'Erica right now in what she's doing leading this squad. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maya wants questions today.
Hey y'all, this is DJ from Infanity TV. This question is for both of you. The fourth quarter was full of energy.
Yeah.
Can you talk about like what was going through your mind as we were getting in a little bit of foul trouble and just keeping your composure to close the game?
Yeah, everybody stepped up, like everybody, and I was kind of taken out in the fourth quarter, but just really appreciate the girls finding a way to put the ball in the basket, and then we just stayed composed. Like we've seen in the earlier games where we fold in that time, and Vegas took the lead for a split second, just reeled everybody in, and was like, we got this, and we pulled it out.
De'Erica, this one's for you as well. Coach talked earlier about how there's a lot of in-game lessons that they're learning. How much do you play a part in really helping people learn these lessons while there's a game going on? And how bossy is mom? How bossy is mom? Is mom bossy at home? That one's for you.
Just keep trying to talk to them and instill confidence in them. When people, Cam and Rayah might make some mistakes, and I just keep telling them to play through it, and that's just part of the game. And Rayah to keep being aggressive, and Cam to keep playing with energy, and she really helped us on the defensive end tonight, and just really proud of both of them.
Ari, just talk about just the way that you guys close. How big is it and how tough is it for someone like Ray to come in who hasn't played the whole game and then has to make these big shots late?
You just got to have that mentality when your number is called. You got to step up and you got to deliver. And, that's hard to, not play all game and then come in. But kudos to Ray, and shout out to Coach for believing in her.
And I'll also add on to that, Ray's been busting her ass in practice. And like she said, it's hard, when you're putting in the work, you don't feel like you're being rewarded. And she has just stayed ready and kept confidence in herself. And you could see that the way she shot the ball.
Ari, Coach talked about your competitiveness and the way you battle with Kelsey Plum. Can you talk about that matchup a little bit?
Yeah, this matchup stems back to my freshman year at UW. She's my teammate, so, I know she's always going to give me her best shot, but, I used to just take it on the chin. Now that I'm here, I'm on this level, I'm going back at her, and just always being relentless and just knowing I'm here for a reason. I have confidence, I'm just as good as her.
This question is actually for either one of you. So I spoke to De'Erica earlier about this, and seeing this crowd today was absolutely amazing. What does it feel like to see the league growing the way it is and just having this kind of fan base?
It means a lot. Although sometimes it's a little distracting because we can't even hear plays being called, but I love it. We just need to keep seeing that every night when we play, and just not even at home, but on the road, and just shout out to the fans just for supporting us. It means a lot.
Hey, this question's for both of y'all. This is the third straight game that you started off down by multiple possessions, but it's the second straight game you were able to overcome that and pick up a win. What do you feel like it took in that moment to not let this game get away from you like the first one did? First one during this homestand.
Coach made a point, he took 4 of the starting 5 out, and you got to be better. We had to be better, and we responded to that. That second group responded to that, and then in the third quarter, that starting group responded to that. So yeah, we can't continue to start games like that and dig ourselves in holes. We've obviously seen we can play in the third and fourth quarters, and even second quarters. We gotta stay competitive in the first 5 minutes.
Harry, what about you? I mean, you helped do that in that first quarter to keep it close.
Just gotta come in and just change the momentum. Had to settle us in, and shout out to Lexi as well, coming in, being aggressive, and just help shifting the game. But I mean, I think we'll be okay. And this is what Coach is talking about, like the lessons in the game. Like we gotta learn that we just can't start off slow. But I mean, I think we'll be all right.
LT Willis, TG Sports TV1. This question is to both of you young ladies. The game was very physical. Can you talk about how did you guys play through the physical game?
It's very physical. I mean, it probably was gone both ways though. But I want some of the calls Asia Wilson gets.
Facts.
But yeah, no, the physicality. I feel like everybody's adjusting to it. We want to be a physical team. We want to be known that we're tough, and we don't back down. And so, a good game just to set the tempo for that going on this long road trip.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, so we just heard from Coach. We heard from Ari and De'Erica Hamby. Shout out to De'Erica, man, because she comes out, she takes the challenge against Asia Wilson. 18 and 10.
Teammate.
She even said, refs, I need that whistle too. But what's your thoughts on her performance tonight in this big-time win?
I think De'Erica Hamby is doing exactly what she said she was going to do. She put her mind to it. She said she wanted those MVP votes. The coach is now calling for her to be an all-star because her play time has been consistent. What more can you ask from your star player who's leading and guiding this young team and these rookies? But better than she's being the example. She's modeling the way. She's showing them how to do it and get it done. Because her 15 or 18 points that she had today was silent. It kind of crept up on you, but she still had a double-double. So shouts out to De'Erica Hamby once again for turning up and showing up for her team.
And we got to give a shout-out to this crowd that showed up for this game Sunday night here at Crypto, L.A., Vegas.
It was a lot of Vegas fans.
Man, yeah, a lot of Vegas. Show them love, but the energy, it felt, I tweeted, I said it felt like a playoff game.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
With the atmosphere in here, so that was some big-time basketball, and both teams came and showed out.
They did.
But it had to be a winner, and it was the team that we wanted to win,
of course.
the LA Sparks. So, hey, now the Sparks, they go on a 7-game road trip. They won't be back here until July 2nd.
That's a month.
Yeah, month, a long time. But before we go, of course, we got to always do it for you. Player of the game, who you got?
All right, y'all. I picked a side at the beginning of the show, and I'm going to stay on that side.
Okay.
Rayah Jackson, because that energy. It's not just the points. You can't just capture everything that happened in that box score.
Yeah.
She came with that energy exactly when it mattered most. She kept being aggressive. She wasn't afraid. She shot one shot over Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
Ain't nowhere in the world I, as a rookie, would be shooting over the MVP and reigning champ. You feel me? So it's just those kinds of moments that has earned Rayah Jackson her moment tonight.
And I can go with De'Erica. I can go with Ari because they balled out. But I'm going with Sugar Ray, man. Ray came in a tough spot to make those big-time shots late in the game. It's just crazy to me, the fact that you can be that ready to perform and get your number called and make the plays offensively and defensively to help the team win. Hopefully we see more minutes, but, Coach Miller, he does his thing.
Make the minutes matter.
Yeah, make the minutes
matter tonight.
So, hey, shout out to the Sparks, big-time win. So we'll see you guys, but next time in studio, as they're going to have a matchup with NECA Ogumake.
Wait, we play the Mystics next, right?
No, it's the Storm.
Oh, we play the Storm. The
So
Storm is coming.
That's gonna be
even more physical.
Hey, so much fun. So, hey, LA Sparks Weekly fans, thank you guys. Mike Kell, DJ, we see you guys soon.